This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. Today in this video series on GST annual return and audit, we are in this second part we are going to talk about the overview on GST annual return. So what things can we do through GST annual return and what should be the base data for GST annual return? These are the two important things I would like to highlight upon before discussing about the various tables of GST annual return in my next video. GST and TR9 is a consolidated return for various returns filed during the year. During the year, I file my 3B, my GSTR1. For all these returns, this is a consolidated return. Few things we should take care is any additional ITC cannot be claimed through GSTR9. It can be claimed only through GSTR3B. Any additional tax payable cannot be paid through GSTR9. It can be paid through DRC03. ITC reversal can also be done through DRC03. Annual return just gives an additional opportunity to report these transactions which were not reported in 3B or GSTR1 and tax on which is paid through DRC03. So tax payment and annual return are not correlated to each other. Any additional tax to be paid should be paid through DRC03. Any additional ITC set off to be taken or output liability to be reversed should be done through GSTR3B only. So with this, let's go to our next point, which is the primary data source for declaration in annual return. We have three main data sources. Data which is submitted through GSTR3B, data which is submitted through GSTR1, and audited financial statements. So these are the three data which we have. While filing GSTR9, which data we should refer? First thing, GSTR1 is not to be referred. Simple principle we are going to apply for GSTR1 is my GSTR1 should cross tally with my financial statements. I will identify the differences. I would amend my GSTR1. Amendments can be done in GSTR1 through next month's GSTR1. So if I find that okay, 20 invoices are pending to be reported, additional invoices I would report through GSTR1. Any changes in reported invoices will be done through GSTR1 of subsequent months. And GSTR1 is not going to be my data source for filling GSTR9. Now I am going to use financial statements as my primary data source for filling GSTR9. But at the same time, I am going to use data from GSTR3B to decide in which table of GSTR9 I am going to fill the data. So I would give an example. If as per my financial statements, my total output liability is 3 crores, I am going to ensure as per my GSTR9, my total liability is going to be 3 crores only. Because financial statements are my primary data source for GSTR9. But in which table should I report this GSTR, this 3 liability? I would take a base from GSTR3B. So out of 3 crores, I have reported only 2.7 crores in 3B. So I would take this base that for 2.7 crores, my table is going to be table 4 and for the remaining 0.3 crores, whether to report in table 4 or table 10. So whenever we are going to fill the various tables of GSTR 9, we should have one thing clear in our mind, that is my primary data source is financial statements, and before submitting the return I am going to ensure that GSTR 9 cross tallies with my financial statements. I hope this presentation has enriched your knowledge on GST and will help us in our further videos in understanding how we should fill GSTR 9. Thank you very much.